If you live in a dense city like Gurugram, escaping the street-level smog usually means moving higher up. You take the elevator to the 20th floor, hoping to leave the exhaust and the dust far behind. Standing on a high-rise balcony gives you a very specific kind of psychological relief. You look over the railing and physically see the pollution sitting down there, blanketing the cars and the trees. Up here, the sky feels clearer. There's a distinct line where the thick brown haze seems to stop, and you are standing above it. Because human eyesight evolved to trust what it sees, we assume that living above the visible smog means we are breathing cleaner air. But we can actually test that assumption. If we take an indoor air quality monitor and check the particulate matter in the ground floor lobby, and then take that exact same monitor up to the 20th floor balcony. This side-by-side chart tracks PM2.5 concentrations at 0 meters versus 60 meters in the air. The readings are exactly identical. Your eyes are telling you the air is better, but the sensors detect the exact same high concentrations of fine particulate matter outside your 20th story window. The vertical distance offers absolutely zero protection. The air you are breathing high up in the sky is exactly as toxic as the air down by the tailpipes. To understand why this happens, we look at what meteorologists call the planetary boundary layer. Think of this as an invisible lid that traps the lowest part of the Earth's atmosphere. Look at this cross-section of the atmosphere. The space beneath that lid acts like a giant blender. Thermal currents violently mix fine particles together, distributing them evenly up to that flat inversion layer. And that mixing layer stretches a full kilometer into the sky. A standard 60-meter high-rise isn't piercing it. It is completely dwarfed by it. Your apartment is submerged in the middle of a heavily mixed atmospheric soup. This leaves a lingering question. If the pollution is perfectly mixed, why do high-rise balconies accumulate so much less visible dust than ground floor patios? The answer comes down to mass. Coarse dust, what scientists measure as PM10, is relatively heavy. When it gets kicked up by a broom or a passing car, gravity pulls it back down to the ground fairly quickly. Fine particulate matter, or PM2.5, is microscopic. These particles are so light that they essentially defy gravity. Once they enter the boundary layer blender, they stay permanently suspended in the air. A lack of visible dust on your patio chairs lulls you into ignoring the invisible threat. The PM2.5 is still there, actively circulating right outside your window. The standard response to urban living is to retreat indoors, shut the windows, and seal ourselves inside tight glass boxes. But a sealed apartment fails on two fronts. First, it traps indoor pollutants, like cooking smoke and exhaled carbon dioxide. Second, it doesn't actually stop outdoor PM2.5. This schematic outlines the infiltration equation. Even with the windows locked tight, outdoor air continuously seeps inside through microscopic gaps in window seals, under door frames, and through kitchen exhaust vents. Over the course of a few hours, the pollution levels equalize. By sealing the apartment, you haven't created a sanctuary. You've created a trap where indoor and outdoor pollutants accumulate in one concentrated space. Running a standard room air purifier in the corner tries to clean the air you have already trapped, but it cannot win the math against continuous infiltration from outside. To break the loop, you have to invert the pressure of the entire apartment. This blueprint shows how a positive pressure fresh air system works. Instead of recirculating indoor air, a central unit pulls outdoor air through a clinical-grade HEPA filter first. This gently pressurizes the home and physically forces the stale air out through those same exterior gaps. That is the engineering behind AQ0. It's a whole home system built specifically for Indian airsheds, designed to maintain this positive pressure even when outdoor smog pushes past 250 micrograms per cubic meter. Because it continuously brings in fresh, filtered air from the outside, it flushes out the trapped carbon dioxide that builds up overnight, a physical process that a closed-room purifier simply cannot perform. Your floor number won't clean your air, but actively controlling your home's atmospheric pressure, well,